Say your name first.
Okay.
Please.
I'm Kaia Roman, and I am the head of experience with Keta MD.
And my name's Dr. Andy Ferber, also known as Swami Bodhicitta. And I'm the director of the Osho Institute for the Art of Living and Dying, a retired professor of psychiatry. 65 years of psychiatry, 50 years of meditation, teaching on 47 continents, 47 countries. And we're here to help you, if you want it, answer the perennial question of how do you know what to do every minute? How do you tune in to what some people call their intuition, other people call being in tune with the universe, some people call it God's will, whatever, this deep personal knowing that this is what I got to do now. We're going to share our experience about how to tune into it in hopes that it will help you in your journey as you realize there's nobody but me in charge of my life. So how do I know what to do every minute? That's what this is about. Thank you for listening. Kaia.
Well, thank you for inviting this conversation. I think it's pretty much the most important skill that any of us can learn. And I teach mindfulness to elementary school kids, so this is a skill that I try to teach to children. And I find that we're all basically 7 years old in our way that we need to understand basic concepts like this. So I try to explain it like I would explain it to a 7-year-old, which is, you know, there's like that little voice that tells you basically yes or no in every moment. And one of the ways that you know it is that you've listened to it before, even when maybe there was another voice saying something else, and the one that you listened to was this little bit quieter, and you listened to it and the outcome was good. Then you're like, oh, that was that voice that I heard. Or maybe you know how your intuition speaks to you because you didn't listen to it and things didn't go so well. And then you look back and you realize, I did hear that voice and I didn't listen to it. And that's the one you want to listen to in the future. But how do you hear it? Because it's not necessarily an auditory, something that you hear in your head. Everyone experiences it a little bit differently. So for some people, it literally is like a voice. It's an auditory voice. For some people, it's a feeling in the chest or the heart space. It's a opening. It might even feel like you're leaning forward, yes or no. And you feel it here, opening up when you're asking yourself, is this right for me? Is this the decision to make? Some people feel it more in their belly. And even people that get upset tummies, I find, a lot of kids with upset tummies, it can often be because you're not listening to your intuition, and then it communicates to you in your belly. So you can feel settled in your belly or unsettled, and that can be your yes or no. Other people feel it just with an overall sense of well-being and calm or not. It's like, am I balanced or are things a little bit off? And that's that intuition that's telling you yes or no. You feel it in your body. This is not a thought that we're talking about. It's not something that is located in your cortex that you want to access and, deliberate the pros and cons. Intuition is a sense, it's a knowing that comes without thought. It comes before thought. It's instant, it's quick, it's immediate. But it can sometimes feel quiet because the thoughts are so loud. And so this is a process of tuning into that quiet voice, of learning how it shows up for you, and then listening to it. Do you agree?
speechless, because all thoughts and concepts are the source of the problem. Existence is mysterious, and if you stop thinking about it, you are it, and everything happens perfectly. It's when we try and figure it out that we're out of tune and it goes wrong. And everything that Kaia said is one of the ways you perceive that you're out of tune, you're out of sync with what existence wants for you at that moment. My own personal thing that I've come to after 85 years on the planet, 65 years of psychiatry, 50 years of meditating, blah, blah, blah. Everybody telling me, do this, don't do that, that's right, that's wrong. Trust your gut, trust your... What I do, I put my attention sort of in the solar plexus, or just below the heart. And I ask it any question. Should I eat this calzone? Should I drink this wine? Should I smoke this joint? Should I get divorced? Should I move to America? Any question that concerns you personally, you'll get an immediate answer. Because before that, I was lost in my head. I had all kinds of, on the one hand, on the other hand, you know, so-and-so says this, your mother said that. 90% of us are stuck in our heads. This helps. But it's not the only way. She's told you so many of the different ways to tune into yourself. Maybe you've got some unique ones. But you can't fool yourself. I forget which rock group, one of my favorite songs was, "The one thing you can't hide is how you're crippled inside." Boom.
Yeah.
Your turn.
Okay, so, you know, so often we're just not used to listening to that intuition. We are following mental script that is driving our thoughts and our actions and our words. And what we're encouraging is a way of setting that mental chatter aside and listening for the knowing. And it's something that you get better at with practice. So you can practice with something small. You could practice with you know, I like to practice with food, because I can, you know, tell if my body wants to eat a certain food. And I allow myself to maybe put the food in front of me, and then actually allow my body to sway forward or backward. That could be a way to practice. And you could do that with any decision or any thought. Place it, as we heard, maybe in your solar plexus area, maybe in your heart center, maybe in your belly. Try to place it energetically with your imagination somewhere in your body. Or if you are using an actual physical thing like food, you can put it in front of you, and then feel yourself naturally sway forward or backward. And that's a way to just start this process of getting in touch with your intuition, feeling where it shows up for you. Do you hear it? Do you see an image? Do you get a yes or a no in a different way? Do you get goosebumps? You know, we all experience this differently. So practice is really the key. Thank you. I think that's it for us. Thank you.